Hi, this is Dr. Tom Gerard, and I want to welcome you to Financial Accounting. And this is going to be a quick video to overview some things on my D2L or your learning management system, a little bit about the course, and that kind of thing. Now, I will try to do some videos for each chapter. I also will be having news articles, or what I have basically communication, they call it news, but my communication between you on a weekly basis. I do these videos because I like to have this online course to appear like a on-campus course as much as possible. I just think that it adds a little bit something to your educational experience. So let's get right into this really quick. And let's see. So you start your page here. You'll see this is our class. And the first thing, now I'm right on the beginning where it starts. This would be where your news is, okay? So we're going to follow this along just like as if you're looking at it for the first time. Some of you, maybe this is your first class you've taken it at this university. Okay, so it says introduce yourself. By the way, go ahead and do that. I've done a video introduction to myself. I won't have as many videos going forward as I am this first week because I want to cover quite a bit to help you out get going. So introduce yourself, do a video if you want. I like to see that. It gives us a little more experience like we're really in a classroom. Order your textbook. Your textbook is from the publisher, just so you understand, the publisher's company is called Cengage. You'll be doing your homework on the Cengage website, but you don't really have to do anything. I'm going to show you how to connect right to it, right through your portal here on Oral Roberts University. Check your email. I will communicate with you via email, but most of the time, I don't know if when I post a news, if it automatically emails you or not. Most of the time, I'll be communicating you through the news article on the website. Okay, check the academic calendar. I will say this is a summer class. It's a quick class. It's 7 weeks. That means you're doing the same amount of work as you would in 13-week semester in 7 weeks. So it's not going to be something that you're going to get behind. You can get behind. You can't. You have to just try to do the very best to stay on top of things and work through the material. Okay, now you'll see up here at the top we've got content news. Let's go to content because this is where you really see the overview. Now here's week 1. Here's your navigation over here on the left. You'll see start here. That's where we were just at. Here's your week 1 and 2 and so forth. So you'll see now there's typically a box up here that tells you what you're going to be looking at. But you can't always go by this because I noticed that here it doesn't say anything about the form that you're going to have to do the first week. So introduction to accounting, here's the overview. Here is your resources. You have the PowerPoint slides, both in PDF and PowerPoint for 2. Now this is chapters 1 and 2. A study guide with some solutions. And here it tells you how much progress you've made throughout this week. And I posted my form here, so you'll see that's why it's saying I've done one of the 3 things I need to do. The forum, the homework, and whatever the other thing is. I don't know. Now down here is your homework. When you click on this, it should take you right to the Cengage website. That's the publisher of the book. And you'll be able to do your work there. Your grades will come right back over in to this system. You don't have to do anything there. Okay? So, and that's really about it for this. I want to talk real quickly about accounting. Some of you've never been exposed to this. This is a whole new world. And it's like, well, everybody has to take accounting, especially if you're a business major, maybe even a technology major, different majors, you take it. Now, this is the first of 2 courses. Oh, by the way, let me go back to my syllabus. That reminds me. Here's my syllabus. And read the syllabus, course description, of course, the academic mission of the university, which you get in most all of your courses. Now, here's what the program is your Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. But this is the course goals. Your course goals is what we're really interested in right here. Now you'll see that in accounting, you're going to have two classes. You got financial accounting and you have managerial accounting. They go together. Very different courses, by the way. Even though it's one book, it's one program, managerial or financial and then managerial. And I'll explain some more of that as we go. I won't really want to get into that right now. You'll cover some of that in your chapter 1. But here's the course objectives for this specific course, which is the financial side. Prepare for financial statements in conformance, okay, in the way that the generally accepted accounting principles. Now, this is also short-term GAAP, GAAP. So maybe you've heard of GAAP. Apply GAAP to accounting for service businesses and merchandising businesses, and you'll learn what those are in the first couple chapters. Use accounting principles correctly in the acquisition and disposition of property, plant, and equipment. So think about what businesses do. They buy things. Well, first of all, they got to get money. They acquire money to start. They acquire money to start. They go out and buy equipment, buildings, or whatever they need to buy as far as what we call assets in accounting. And then they use those assets along with manpower, your own power or your employees' power, whatever that is, to create an output, right? And that output either, hopefully it's profitable, it brings in revenue, what we call revenue, or you might call it sales, right? Depending on the industry you're in. And those are all the kind of things you learn about in this class. Now, what I really want to talk about briefly about accounting in general. I said some of you have never been exposed to this. If you're a person that numbers comes easy to you, and then this class is maybe going to be easy for you. Other people, other things come easy to them. Maybe they can play the piano easily. Maybe they can draw a picture, paint something. Maybe they have some kind of mental ability to comprehend other types of things than numbers. Maybe you can write poetry, right? And you can express things in words. So those kinds of things are talents that you have, God-given talents that you have. You may or may not have God-given talent for numbers. And, I always try to tell my students that everybody is given these talents that you're blessed with. And there's some people that are good at numbers, and there's some people that comes harder. So I don't want you to stress out. This is a required course for your program, your degree. But I try to focus on the work of business, and accounting is called the language of business, because how do we communicate how well the business is doing? And that's really what we talk about mostly in this particular class, is how good is the business doing? And that's why the first form question is about financial statements. If somebody says, well, how's business? And you say, well, it's pretty good. Or is it pretty bad? If I go to the bank and I say I need to borrow a loan, and the banker says, how much money do you need? And you go, well, I don't know. I need some money. And he says, well, how good is your business? Well, it's pretty good. I'm doing all right. But really, the accounting is the language of business, because you're going to be able to walk into the bank and you're going to say, well, I'm going to need X amount of dollars, and I'm getting this type of profit margins, and this is how many assets we have and what it's worth for collateral for the loan, and these kinds of things. So that's really just a quick overview. I really wanted to say, don't get discouraged if some of this is difficult, especially Chapter 2. And I'm going to do a special video on Chapter 2, because it's really the chapter in the book that makes or breaks it for you. If you can get through Chapter 2, you can get through the rest of the book. And and of course, Chapter 2, because we're on a short semester, you're doing Chapter 1 and 2 the first week. So within the first week, once you get through Chapter 2, you're going to think, wow, this is just too much. it's really, if you need extra time, by the way, to get through chapter 2, just let me know and we can work with the dates on that. I really want you to focus on understanding chapter 2. Now, chapter 1 is an introduction to business in general and how counting fits into it. And I think that's really important also, especially if you're a new business, if you're new to the business world of, and I know there's some people like, well, I can sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace and I'm in business, or Shopify or SD or whatever it is you use. And that's true, you are. But understanding the numbers is a completely different thing. And that's really going to dictate the long-term success of whatever it is you're doing. So this, if I can help you, please email me. I can meet with you via Zoom. I know we're in the summer, so everybody's schedules is kind of all over the place, but I'm going to be available for you during the week and to help you. So please communicate with me. Communication is key. If I don't hear from you and you don't do the work, I have to update the grades every week. So what will happen, and I should have said this, I know this is going to go a little long video, but I really want you to understand how the class works. You have the homework assignments, you have forums where we respond, and I put a video already up on the number 1 forum. Do your introduction form. That's all week 1. Week 1's got a lot of stuff. Believe me, it will get, I hate to use this word that it's going to get a little easier after the first week. But it kind of does until we get up to the latter chapters. There's a few in there that's pretty rough, but this first couple chapters is tough. Chapter 2 and 3 and 4 really, if you've never been exposed to this material, it's going to be new to you, new language. But I don't want you to get stressed too much. Communicate with me. I have to put the 0 in. If you don't do things on time, I'll put, and if I give you more time and you go back to complete the assignment, it will update your grade. So if you have a 0 in there, it's because you didn't make the deadline. If you say, hey, I need a little extra time, and I say, okay, that's all right, you can go ahead and do the work in Cengage, and it'll automatically change the 0 to the new grade. So don't worry about that either. I believe in a success. And as much as that's why I wanted to give you the whole little speech about some people are good at painting and other people are good at calculations. I believe you're going to be successful. You can be successful in business, even if numbers is hard for you. The key to that is hiring somebody to work for you that really is good at numbers. Right? Maybe you're that person that's really good at numbers and you're not so good at painting or playing the piano. I don't know. That's me. Anyway, thank you for being part of it for this class. Make sure you sign up for Managerial Accounting right after this. I would take it as soon as possible, either also in a second run of the summer or even in the fall. But take it relatively close, because then a lot of this stuff is fresh in your mind when you get into the managerial accounting.